Hey guys, this is actually not going to be so much a knife review or any review really. This is actually a video that I want to do on why I do knife reviews when there are so many other knife reviews out there, and why would anyone even want to consider doing knife reviews when you got people like Cutlery Lover and Nut and Fancy doing them. Um, Obviously, if you're watching my knife reviews or you've subbed and you know knives already, then you know of Cutlery Lover and you know of Nut and Fancy. They're, the holy grail of reviewers here on YouTube for our hobbies. And obviously, there's also tons of other hundreds of videos on different knives and several duplicates on, the very popular mainstream knives, especially ones by Nut and Fancy and Cutlery Lover that are covered. Um, what I wanted to address is that I found that I've talked to a few people who just don't feel like the urge, or maybe they don't want to even try to do their own knife reviews because maybe they've been covered hundreds of times, or maybe just like why would they want to try to put their input when you have Nothing Fancy and Cutlery Lover in the picture. It's an easy answer, and that is that there are only two people. There's other people who also have tons of subscribers and they have tons of knives and they do a great job in reviewing, and that's the point. The point for me for reviews is exactly that. It's plural. It's reviews. When I'm interested in a knife, I'm not going to watch one video and be sold. Um, I will say that when I first started getting into collecting knives, like I've always had like an interest in knives, but I never really knew of quality knives, and that I definitely learned from Cutlery Lover, and which actually started with Zippos, and then finally carried over to Nut and Fancy just from reading through comments, and that's when I started seeing knives, and I started to learn, knives of quality, and different handle textures, and like different uses and grips and whatnot, all that good stuff. And so like opened my eyes to it. But Nut and Fancy, he's just one man. Cutlery Lover, he's just one man. I myself, all of us we're just single people. And although they can love a knife so much, another person may not have the same experience. So the reason why I think that if you have knives and you have any slight desire to do reviews, I'm all for it. I want to see your reviews. I want to see your knives, and like if I type in paramilitary, you're gonna get hundreds of videos on the paramilitary, and you're gonna get all kinds of opinions. Most of them good, obviously, because it's like one of the holy grail knives, but for me, I need to see several reviews from different people because everyone has their own opinions. I mean, every video that you see, none is exactly the same. You're going to see a lot of key points that people talk about and a lot of, pros, and then you'll have people who, aren't afraid to dish out the cons, and that's what I really look for too. It's just like so many people talk about what you like about a certain knife. What about the dislikes? Although Cutlery Lover and Nut Fancy do a good job on discussing both these issues. It's better to see from a wider group, and to see what kind of people, because obviously with Nothing Fancy coming from a military background and whatnot, like he's gonna have different uses for his knives. Cutlery Lover, on the other hand, he's more of the average Joe, just kind of like me and you. Just everyday regular life using our stuff, and his location happens to be more outdoors and woodsy. My case, I'm in the suburbs. I'm like kind of near the city. So we all live in different locations. We all have different uses for our knives, and I don't think a single review can cover. It's not enough just to have one opinion. I like to see several opinions, and it's not just on about the knives. Maybe point of task. It's also just quality. If one person buys a knife and they have a great experience with it, another person can buy that same knife, and maybe functionality and fit and finish or quality isn't all there. Maybe there's a problem, and that has arrived or whatever. And so, by searching through all these different videos, you're going to see different people doing different reviews, doing different tests. Like Blunt Truth for you, all of his reviews, it's abusing the heck out of the knives just to show, how are these things going to hold up, from, chopping up wood and cutting through 2-ply cardboard and popping paracord and whatnot. And then you got, people reviewing knives for collectability. You won't see any knives for collectability from Nothing Fancy. You're going to see knives that he's going to use. I mean, you've heard him several times in the videos. He buys knives to use. As soon as he receives them, he throws the box away. I myself, I use the majority of my knives, but I've also gotten into the collecting aspect a little bit. And believe it or not, I'm sure all of you know that knives retain some very high value, especially ones that are worth something to people. So they can also act as assets. Maybe you buy a knife, keep it new in box, you can appreciate it, look at it, hold it, whatever, and you can sell it down the road for twice as much as what you bought it for, if not at least how much you saved or how much you originally bought it for. So in a way, it's saving money as well and investing. So there's different reasons why people collect. There's different reasons why people review. There's different reasons why people want to watch several different reviews. I'm one of those people. If it wasn't for these several YouTube videos, I wouldn't be as knowledgeable on different knives. I wouldn't be able to input the different opinions that others have on a knife. Maybe I like something about a knife that someone else doesn't, so I just wanted to address this and just say that, if anyone has knives and, you desire to do some videos on them or whatever, or review, then I'm all for it. I'm not talking about blowing air, just like grabbing a knife that you know nothing about. I mean, you should do your normal research and background and at least test it out before you throw out, your opinions. You won't want to hear the truth about things. And you also want to have some knowledge behind it. So, I try my best to do research and talk to different people, see different reviews. Like I said, several reviews. That's both reading and watching videos. So pretty much I just wanted to make this video to just, salute, give a heads up to all those who are just doing reviews, especially those who, aren't afraid to put in their own input, despite the fact we have online celebrities such as Cutlery Lover and Nothing Fancy, who are both extremely, well known and very good, and they have very high authority for what they do. And with that being said, so do you. You have authority too. If you own a knife and you've used it, and you can give your honest opinion on it, then you got yourself a review. Like, I can take that opinion and I can think about that the next time I want to maybe look into that knife. So yeah, like I said, once again, just wanted to address that because I've talked to a few different people who enjoy watching reviews but don't do any of their own, and maybe some want to do them but don't want to because so many people do them already, or you know, I encourage it because I like to see as many reviews as I can on a knife before I purchase it, and I like to see a 360-degree all the way around aspect on what the blade is like from several different people, several different age groups, several different tasks, living conditions, locations. So I think that all plays a role, and it's it's important to when you're like buying a knife, and when it's a hobby, like we collect or use like ourselves, we want to take it to a little bit of a different level. We want to know everything. So anyways, that's my rant on why I am 100% for everybody and anybody who owns knives to use them, even if they're not used, maybe they're collectible, to just do the research, test them out, play with them, whatever, and just give your honest opinion, and with as much educated information as you got. So yeah, that's it, guys.